The search across exposed ground has led to a place where survival can become preparation. The heat of the midday sun beats down on the desert floor, yet the incubating pair remains vigilant. The desert runner pair prepares their seasonal nest. The female refines the woven structure while the male stands guard against predators. The shelter is no longer just a structure. It now holds the first promise of a new generation. The female carefully assesses the clutch within the woven nest, while the male stands guard nearby. The story shifts into establishing a new immediate task beat of the opening phase. The first visible shell fracture reveals that patience is the essence of survival. The nest now serves as a life support system, protecting the fragile future through each changing desert cycle. The waiting period is reaching its limit, and the first signs of change appear inside the protected nest. The first break in the shell marks a turning point, transforming protection into preparation for new life. The nesting pair awaits the first signs of life in the arid desert. The fragile shell begins to yield, marking the end of a long wait. The chick has hatched, bringing new life to the desert nursery. Both parents are now tending to their fragile offspring. The female has returned with nourishment, shifting the nest from a sanctuary to a critical feeding ground.
The relentless desert environment demands constant vigilance. The chick's growing hunger is a reminder of their
The watchful parent guards the nest. Here comes the mate, returning to the clutch. The eggs show new cracks. Beneath the harsh sun, a fractured shell signals the end of the long wait and the start of active survival in the desert's embrace. The first meals change the rhythm of survival. Now every journey across the desert becomes part of keeping the young alive. The relentless cycle continues as the parent returns, their nest demanding nourishment. As the young birds grow stronger, the safety of the nest begins to compete with the demands of learning the desert itself. The desert roadrunner, a creature of speed and resilience, secures a lizard. It hurries towards the nursery. The family awaits. The relentless desert demands constant effort. The returning parent brings a meager meal to hungry mouths. The footsteps of the adults signal a new beginning. Their tiny chick takes its first steps into the unfamiliar, vast desert. The desert sun warms the newly hatched, strengthening them for the journey ahead. The parents change tactics from simple feeding to act. The young bird takes its first steps away from the nest. The parents remain watchful, maintaining a safe distance. Keep your wits about you, little one. Follow my lead, there are things to discover. Peek, tap, what's this? Good, you found it. The juvenile makes its way across the exposed desert floor, seeking new ground. Under the cool moonlight, the adult roadrunners watch while the young ones navigate the demanding terrain. Their survival depends on the adults provide a watchful distance, allowing the chick to test its limits in the harsh terrain. The adult birds remain watchful as the young juveniles venture further into the exposed desert edge, exploring new territory. The time has come for the young roadrunner to leave the nest and venture into the arid desert. They must learn to navigate without their parents' guidance. The juvenile roadrunners take their first hesitant steps onto the open soil, leaving the familiar path to forge their own. Leaving the nest, these young roadrunners begin to navigate the desert floor alone, testing their newfound independence. The weathered fibers of the empty nest stand as evidence of a successful breeding season. Now, with their young gone, the young roadrunners, now more agile and feathered, leave the sparse cover behind. They learn caution in the vast, exposed. The young roadrunners now carry the skills learned from their first days, turning the open desert from a challenge into a place of possibility. In the harsh desert, the young roadrunner takes its first steps toward independence, leaving the nest behind under the watchful eye of its parent. The weathered nest stands empty, a testament to a journey completed. The adults inspect their former home, while leaving the sanctuary of the nest, the fledgling strikes out on its own. While the adult keeps a watchful eye from above, the desert waits.